Okay, then let me begin the class, okay, with a word of prayer. Dear God, thank you for this class. Thank you for tonight, and thank you especially for giving us this chance and time to come together in Zoom and to have class. Father, I pray for all my dear friends here, all the participants in the class. I pray that may you give them wisdom and knowledge. And I pray, may you be with them and protect them and strengthen them and help them to understand whatever we will be discussing and whatever we are going to learn in the class, and all the lessons be a blessings to them and helpful for them to understand. And Father God, be with us from the beginning of the class till the end of this class. Thank you for hearing us. In Jesus' name I pray. Okay, thank you, friends. So welcome back. Okay, now Sister Mary Hing. Okay, Mary Hing, please take your time.
Should I start now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Okay, so hello everyone. Really nice to see you guys. I don't know any of you, and I think you don't know me. So I want to introduce a little about myself for you to get to know me a little better. My name is Mary, and I am 26 years old now. So currently I am living in Bangkok, Thailand, studying MBA of Business Management in Bangkok International University. And apart from that, I work as a full-time staff in a Korean company. So my work is as a customer service specialist. So that's my work. In our company, we have 3 restaurants and 1 coffee shop and 1 women clothes shop. So that's my work. And I have 2 younger brothers and 1 younger sister. They all are living in Myanmar right now. So that's all about me. And today I would like to share you 2 things. The first thing is about my daily activities, what I do in daily life or for a week. And the second topic is about why is it important for you to learn English. So these are the 2 topics that I will share tonight, and I will take only 15 minutes of your time. So if you have any questions, you can ask me at the end of my presentation, or if you have any question during the presentation, you can text in chat box here. So my first topic, it's about my daily activity. So as I mentioned you before, I work as a full-time staff. So I work from Monday to Friday. And on Saturday, I don't work. I go to school from 9 to 6:30. I go to school, and on Sunday, I go to the church, but I don't really go to the same church on every Sunday because I work with some missionaries here. I have to follow with them. I have to go with them wherever they want to go. So that's how I spent my days in a week. And for talking about my daily activity, let's say like for today, what I do for today, I go to work at 9 o'clock. My work starts from 10 to 6:30. So when I get work, the first thing that I do is I pray and I bless for everything, and I pray for everyone whom I have to meet today, whom I have to talk today. So that's what I do, the first thing in my work. And the second is I have to check everything, like all the items, all the products that we are selling for today. I have to check like which are still available, which is stock out, which is left, something like that. And after that, I have to talk with the clients or the seller or people whom we have to buy the products. We are buyer and they are seller, so we have to talk, like deal with the price, everything. And after that, I have to check about the bill, the payment. How much do we have for today? How much do we have to spend for today? And how much do we expect to get for today? That's really important for everyone who work in customer service specialist, because we cannot say like, oh, I guess today we will get that amount. I can't say like that, because we have to say specific amount with specific reason. So that's really serious for me and a little bit difficult for me. After that, it's my break time. So I take a break for 1 hour, lunch time. And after lunch time, it's very busy time from 1 to 3 o'clock. I have to talk with a lot of customers. Many people come and go. I have to talk with them, and also I have to talk, insights. I have to call with them, and I have to make appointment with them if they want to have any further appointment, something like that. So and also if they complain something about like the products or the stuff, I have to solve the problem. So that's a really stress for me from 1 to 3. And after 3 to 5, it's my free time. I can do whatever I want. So mostly I study at my work. And 5 to 6, it's reporting time. I have to report everything what happened today to my boss, like for the bill or for the problem, or what is the gap between our company and the customer, or the customer and the staff, something like that. I have to report everything to my boss. And from 6 to 6:30, it's my closing time. So I prepare to go home. And after 6:30, I close my job and I go home. When I get home, I don't really do too much. I just have a dinner and take shower, and then I relax. So these are what I spent for my daily life. So, and the next question, why is it important for you to learn English? That's a really good question, and I really love to answer that. So before talking about that question, I want to share you a little bit about myself, like why I decided to learn English and how I did learn English. So why I decided to learn English, the reason why I decided to learn English is that I wanted to study in an international university. That's my first reason. And the second is I wanted to work with international people. So I know that if I can't speak, if I don't know English, how I can communicate with them. So for that reason, I was so eager to learn English. So how did I learn English? I want to share you some tips how I did. So today I will share you 3 tips how I did. The first thing is that I talk by myself in front of the mirror. You know, when you hear that, you might think it's really funny, or maybe you can think it's really stupid. But believe it or not, it's really working and it's really effective. You know, you talk in front of the mirror and you ask a question by yourself, you answer by yourself. You don't need anybody else. At that time, when I start practicing English, it's around 2012. So I don't really have too many friends from international. So I had to rely on myself. I talk in front of the mirror, I speak alone, I answer alone. But that really makes me improve my English. So that's my first tip. And the second is I talk with people. At that time, I don't have friends from international. So I had to talk with many teachers from international. So I had to find interesting topic to talk with them, to discuss with them, just for talking with them. So I mostly talk with them every day. So that makes me also improve my English. And the third tip is I read a book. I don't really watch a movie, but it doesn't mean that watching a movie it's not good. I am just, I'm very lazy to watch a movie, especially like long movie. That's why I don't watch a movie. But if you think it's good for you, it's beneficial for you, you can watch a movie to improve your English. But for me, I read a book. Mostly I read some journal, some news, or novel. I don't really like to read novel, but the reason why I read is that in the novel, like there are many conversations, so I can know that how they talk in real life. For that reason, I read novel, but I don't really like novel. So these are some of my tips how I did learn my English. So go back to the question again. Why is it important for you to learn English? So I want to share you 3 reasons. The first reason why it is important for you to learn English is that it makes you to get a better job with a better opportunity, with better chance. For let's say like you are working in your own country. with your local people. But if you can speak English more than other people, I'm sure that you will get favor from your boss or from your manager or even from your customer that you have to deal. And also, if you want to work outside of your country, or if you plan to work outside of your country, if you don't know how to speak English, if you don't know how to talk, how can you communicate with people, right? Do you think that, oh, okay, I can use Google Translate, or I can ask somebody else? Maybe it works, but it doesn't work all the time. So you have to rely on yourself. That's why the reason why it's important for you is that it makes you to get a better job with a better opportunity more than other people. That's the first reason. And the second reason why it is important for you to learn English is that it makes you get easier, convenient, and more comfortable to travel alone if you want to go outside of your country. You cannot say like, I'm not going anywhere, I will just stay in my country. No, nobody know the future. Maybe you will travel next month. Nobody know. So you have to prepare ahead of your time. If you don't know how to speak English, how can you communicate with them? And you know, it's really serious. If you don't know English, when you go to the airport, when they check everything, you will get very dizzy, you know. So you have to speak English. You have to learn to speak English. So that's the second reason why you need to learn English and why it is important. And the third reason why it is important for you to learn English is that it makes you to improve your social skill with your international friends with different cultures. And also it makes you to get easier for your father study. You can't say like, I'm not going to study anywhere. And you know, even nowadays in Myanmar, I hear that nowadays a lot of international college are opening in Myanmar. So if you want to study in international college or university, first at least you have to speak English. Even you can't speak English, you have to know the knowledge of English, because all the text, syllabus, course are written in English. Even you're studying in your own country, all the texts are in English. And if you don't know how to read, how can you go to the school, right? And also, if you want to talk with a lot of international friends, not only from Myanmar, from outside of Myanmar, but if you don't know English, how can you talk with them? So it's really important. And nowadays, nobody stay alone. You will have to meet someone in every day. You don't know that. You just don't know, but you have to prepare for that. You cannot say like, okay, I will prepare when I meet somebody. No, it will be too late for you. So these are the three reasons why it is so important for you to learn English. The first is for you to get a better job with a better opportunity, and the second is for you to travel alone more easier, more convenient, and more comfortable. And the third one is for you to get easier and to get a lot of friends, and also for your father's study. So that's for today. And I hope you get some point from the experience that I share or from the presentation. So if you have any questions, you can feel free asking me now. And I would really love to answer any question that you might have. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Mary. So you did a great job. So you have shared very, very good lessons, and as you said, this will be very good for the listener, and they will definitely learn something from you. And I know, and I'm sure that many of you have questions, right? Many of you will be having questions. So feel free to ask the question. So now door is open to you. All right, come on. So anyone is having the question? Come on, please. Yes, Esther Renew. Come on.
I want to ask two questions. Now I'm start to learn English. So most of people say that you should, when you start to learn English, you should be fast. You should be learn vocabulary, and then some would say you should be learn grammar. I like that. So I don't know what should I start to learn in English. And then second question is, how can I read lower the vocabulary, and how can I remember? And yes, that's my question.
That's a really good question. So are you asking me, the first one is how to learn English, something like that?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
What should I start to learn, like vocabulary or grammar and speaking like that? Yeah.
Okay. So nowadays a lot of people are talking, you know, broken language, like like I know, I am no, something like that, you know, broken English. That's also working, but if you can speak more correctly, you will get plus, you know. At work you don't really need to talk correctly, but if you can speak correctly, you will get plus, like you will get more favor. But when you study, you need to get correct, you need to get more grammar correctly, and also how to speak, how to practice vocabulary and the grammar, right? That's a really good question. For that, I would suggest you to learn vocabulary first, because if you don't know vocabulary, even you know the grammar, you cannot build a sentence, you know. So I think it's very important for you, if you want to, like, if you want to talk English in a correct way, you need to know, one, first it's vocabulary, and the second is, yes, you need to have correct grammar when you speak. So did I answer your question?
And then how can I remember a lot of vocabulary, and how
Yeah,
you
that's a very good question. For that,
That's the
what
good
I can say,
question, and that is also the problem for everyone, right? Yeah, it's the
yes.
problem for everyone. So Esther Reinu, adding to your questions, or adding to the the answer of Mary. See, because you are struggling with the two questions, that whether I should study the vocabulary first or the grammar first. So both are important, right? We used to memorize a lot of vocabularies. So what is important is experiential learning. I will suggest you experiential learning. That means, see, here, many of you may know many words, but you don't know how to, what to say, how to connect those words. That is a kind of what we say, like, the grammatical connection is, it is called syntax. Syntax is, the connection between words, right? So it has to do with grammar. So even if you know lots of vocabulary, but don't think that you will be able to speak English very well. Good to memorize or learn vocabulary, and more than that, it is more important to communicate or to speak more, and to have experience in speaking. Then it will be far better for you to improve. And when you speak, you need to be careful the grammar. As Mary was saying, if you know grammar, or if you speak grammatically, you will get plus. So you will get more favor even in your work, or whenever you travels, or in anything that you do. When people listen to your speech or the way you speak, so, oh, this girl is speaking grammatically, wow, wonderful. So you will get applause or praise from people. It's good, right? But still, then, if you can't speak grammatically, or your English is a broken English, still then it will be helpful for you. To a certain level, you can communicate and you can do something, right? It will be beneficial for you. So, okay. All right, thank you. And then anything else that you like to ask the question?
Yeah.
Is
No,
that?
but
Yeah.
yes, but sometimes I just read vocabulary last, how to say that, yesterday, right? But I forgot today. Oh my God, I shot that time. Then my bro said you should be use the daily life, the vocabulary, sometimes the vegetable like that, when you kitchen like that. So, but I don't remember. I think, oh, my memory is not good. I think like that.
Yeah, that's why it is good to memorize, but memorizations alone will not help you for your English speaking, right? Okay. And Mary, do you like to add something more?
um for memorizing vocabulary, yes, you need to practice every day. That will be very effective. But if you don't practice like 2-3 days, I think it's really easy for you to forget everything. So it's very important for you to practice every day. So I would suggest you to practice every day. That's the most important thing.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, next. So who is having the question?
I want to ask a question.
Yes, come on.
Nice to meet you, Sister Mary. When you study English, I think you want to give it some time. How to encourage yourself? Yes, that's my question.
Yes, that's a really good question. Okay, how to encourage myself? Yes, I also feel like that. Whenever I study, whenever it's too difficult, I always like, okay, I should not talk like that. I will give up. But what did I say? Every time whenever I cannot do anything, I always think like I can do everything. I have to have confidence, because if I don't do this thing today, other people will go over me, they will pass over me, right? So that's always what I always think is that I have to have confidence. I can do that. I have to encourage by myself like that. So when you have sometimes to give up yourself, you have to think, today I give up, tomorrow other people will go in front of me. Do you want to go forward or backward? What do you want to choose? That's up to you. So you have to think like that, and I'm sure that it will make you some encouragement when you say like that, do I want to go back or do I want to go forward? Am I answering your question?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, it's really good one, right? So you need to make a choice, right? Make a choice that Ikigai, you want to go forward or backward, right? If you want to go forward, yes, be courageous, be confident, right? Keep learning, keep going, right? That's really encouraging words. Thank you. And okay, next, anyone else to ask the question? Yes, who is that?
Hello, Mary. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I have a question, and I have a problem. I don't know how do we listening to native speaker voice. I don't understand. So can you tell me how did you listening speaker voice?
Okay. Do you get the point, Mary? Are you getting the point?
Sorry, I didn't get the point.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, so she was asking that how can we, understand the native speaker, right? The native speaker, right? So like native speaker, like British or American English. So those people, so probably she's struggling to listen, to catch their voice, their accents. So she's asking that how, if you have any tip to able to listen to this native speaker. Okay.
So who will answer the question?
Yeah, you have to answer. You have to answer. She's asking you.
Okay. So before I come to Bangkok, so when I come to Bangkok, I have many friends that I can talk practice. But before I come to Bangkok, what I did is that I always listen.
Okay, let me say, Mary, when you speak, try to speak slowly, because some are, struggling, because you are speaking a little bit faster. So come on, okay? That's my request to you. All
okay,
right.
So so before I come to Bangkok, I had to listen all the speech in YouTube or in video. But for that, I think the best way to improve your listening skill is watching a movie. For me, I don't really watch because I don't like, and also I'm very lazy. That's why, sometimes I felt that it's very difficult for me to understand until now, sometimes, because I don't like to watch. So for that point, the best thing is to watch a movie. If you want to understand from British accents, you have to watch from British movie. For example, like Me Before You. I think everybody know that movie. It is a British movie. It's a very good movie. So you can watch and you can understand the vocabulary, and also you can listen what they are speaking. So that's the best way. Or if you don't want to do that, you can listen many many preaching or many motivational speaker are talking about like many topics in YouTube. You can find in YouTube so easily. You don't have a friend for now, so you have to use that way to improve your listening skill. But if you have friend, you can talk with them, you can call with them, so that's also very effective. So am I answering your question?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So Mary, you said that you really don't like to watch movie, but you know the name of the movie, which I don't know, right? So it's wonderful things and amazing things. I'm wondering about that. And to add, little answers to Zimamian. Okay. So since you are struggling with listening skill, right? So you are struggling with listenings, and you can understand the accents of the native speaker. So for that, the best thing will be listening. Keep listening. The more you listen, as she said, as Mary suggested, or you may watch the movie or some video clips or some people who are speaking, any clips, right? You keep listening to them. Keep listening. When you have free time, take your phone, get your phone, and then go to YouTube and type British accents or some movie names, the movie that you like to watch, and then keep listening. The more you listen, your listening skill will improve, definitely. So the best thing and the basic things for listening skill is keep listening. All right. That's all we have to do. Okay, next, anyone else to ask the question?
Yes, I have, sir.
Yes, AA, come on. AA.
Uh, yes, Sis Mary, nice to meet you. And actually, as you said, reading and watching movie are not my cup of tea. But to improve my listening skill, I try to watch movie. But as you said, you are getting improved a lot by reading. And can you recommend me what kind of book should I read to improve my English?
That's a really good question. So to answer that question, I might say that what's your favorite type of book? For example, like for me, my favorite type is like motivational books. I don't really enjoy comedy, or I don't really enjoy novels, or I don't really enjoy crime. But my favorite type of books, it's about motivational, but that I used to read before. But for now, I don't really read any books. But before, I used to read the book what I like. It's like my favorite type, it's like motivational books. So I had to find some of the motivational books and I had to read. And some are still here. As you can see, there are a lot of English books. Those are my favorite books, and those all are about motivational. So for choosing the book, you have to choose what kind of books you want. I read motivational books, and you cannot say like, okay, I also will read motivational books. If it's not your favorite, and if it doesn't make you any interest, you will get bored when you read like first page, second page. So you have to choose your favorite book, your favorite type. What do you want? If you like a movie, if you like to watch a movie, I suggest you to read the movie script. For example, like I mentioned before, Me Before You. So if you like that movie, maybe you watch the movie first, and after that, if you really interest that movie, you can find the scripture in YouTube or in Google, and then you can read what they talk. blah, 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 blah. So that will make you more improve your English. So did I answer your question?
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
So what are your favorite books? So for example, do you like to read like a comedy type or novel types?
Yes, sir. Actually, I didn't read too much, and sometimes, if I find some books on online, and I read like, "Do you have time for success?" And sometimes, at the moment, I'm reading Romeo and Juliet.
Wow.
Yes.
So it seems that you like to read what is a kind of romantic types, right? So those books and novels and all those things, right? But you are not sure, you know, what is your favorite or particular books that you like to read? So you are not sure. But still then, so if you want to improve your English, so try to read any books in English, right? It will be helpful. Okay, any books in English, so try to read that.
Yes.
It will be good for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the answer, Mary. And then, yeah, still, I want to ask someone, okay? Maybe one or two more person to ask the question.
I want to know what is the most important to speak English, example, meaning or grammar or vocabulary.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, Mary. Similar to the first question, on the second question, I think.
Okay, so thank you so much for the question. To answer your question, it's the same that somebody asked before. All are important. Vocabulary, grammar, everything, it's important. If you know a lot of vocabulary, but if you don't know the grammar correctly, it doesn't it means that you cannot build a correct sentence. So everything is really important. So for you to practice English, first you have to know vocabulary, and you have to know grammar, and also speaking skill, and also listening skill. So four types, everything is important. You cannot separate like, oh, this is important or this is more important. No, they don't have any like which one is better. No, everything has equal things. So you have to learn everything specifically. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Thank.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next. Anyone else?
Hello, Sister Mary. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. How long did you study to speak English well? And how did you plan to learn English?
That's a really good question. To answer that question, I study English since I was young, since I was very little, like since I was 6 years old. 6 years old. So when I start going to the grade 1, I had to study English with the teacher near my house, and but that's only for for the school book, like textbook. That's I mainly study for textbook. But when did I really study English? It's that since 2012. It's a little bit long. I had to struggle a lot before I studied that. So since 2012, I studied by myself alone. And I think it's about 1 year, and then I study in with some American organization. I have some friends teacher from the organization, so I study with them for about 1 year, and then for about 2 years, and then I come to Bangkok. So when I come to Bangkok, I don't really study because I talk every day with my friends, with the teacher. So did you ask me like when did I study my English? Is it?
Yes. How did you plan? And I say like the every day 1 hour learning or 2 hours. I want to know. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I understand. So when I first studied English in 2012, yes, I read alone in my room. Like I read, I pronounce loudly like that, blah 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 blah, blah like that. I read and also I listen. I have some, some VCD. I'm not sure how to say, some VCD in that time, but nowadays they don't really use that anymore. So in that time I have some VCD, so I play the VCD and I watch, I look at the book and I read and I follow them and I practice like I think it's about 1 hour every day. I study at least 1 hour because I really love to speak. That's why I could study for about 1 hour. That's at least 1 hour. So if you want, you can study like maybe 30 minutes every day. You will get improved. I'm sure that.
Yes, thank you for your answer.
Thank you so much for asking me.
All right. Okay, I think so. Now 8:45. All right, so we have 15 minutes to go. So I think we should close for Q&A. All right. So now, Mary, thank you for joining. So really appreciate of you. So you give your times and it's excellent presentation and wonderful answers to the question, right? So you said that you said that you're a little bit nervous, but you are so confidential, right? So confidential. So to everyone, I still remember, when I was in India, so sometime Mary, when she got free time, she used to text to me, right? So she used to text to me. So, but first time, I think I remember at first time, maybe you text to me in Burmese, I think, in Burmese. But after some time, mostly you text to me in English. So I noticed that. And then sometimes I think that at first time, or you still struggling English, and then sometimes you ask the meaning of the words that I said, and some word, right? And struggling a lot. Okay, Mary was struggling in those times. Maybe it was, I think, 4, 5, 6 years back, right? Those days. Okay, but today look at Mary, right? She speaks with confidence, right? She is not struggling anything, and she is ready to answer any questions. Okay, that's how we develop every day, right? So don't be discouraged, everyone here. Just look at Mary here. She was totally different 5, 6 years back, right? That's how we learn and we grow. We keep growing. It's okay. It's all right. So we have one good example, right? Like Sister Mary. So don't be discouraged, dear class, dear brothers and sisters, all my friends here, all the participants in the class. Just take the good example tonight and prepare yourself. Be courageous, speak, right? Keep listening and keep growing. All right. So Mary, really appreciate of you. Thank you so much for giving your time. Okay. So we still hope you to join the class in the days to come. So I have given you the timetable, right? Yes, she will be joining our class, I think twice in the month, right? Okay, thank you for joining, Mary. So 10 more minutes, I will take the class, and now it is up to you, Mary. If you want to lead the class, up to you, you may lead the class, right? Thank you, okay?